Thank you all. The International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy is comprised of homeopathic lovers, students, and doctors. We have 3 sessions every day. The first session is already over in Hindi from 7:30 to 8:30. From 8:30 to 9:30, the international session in English. And from 9:30 to 10:30, we have a local language session in Malayalam. We are uploading the videos of the same on the very next day itself so that those who miss the session can watch it again. You can subscribe the same without paying any money. You can share it with your friends, particularly with the homeopathic lovers as well as students. And the purpose of the forum is to take homeopathy to every house around the whole world. And we are very happy to introduce the guest of the day, Dr. BHUVANESWARI. Doctor has completed the BHMS and is a practitioner at Additional Homeopathic Holistic Clinic, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. And she is the vice chairperson. She's the she's the chairperson of Women's Wing of IHMA Chennai chapter. And after graduating from Madurai Homeopathic Medical College Hospital, she has started her journey in 2007, and she was under the guidance of Dr. so many famous doctors, and she has driven a committed and existence armed with exceptional diagnostic skill. Dr. Bhuvaneswari established Adisha Homeopathic Clinic, a holistic homeo clinic in 2015, and it is located in Chennai. And here, the focus on providing personalized, effective, and natural healing solutions. Dr. S. Bhuvaneswari's contributions extend beyond her clinic, and her impactful case studies have been found a place in reputed journals such as Hafti and Dare, showcasing the depth of her clinical experience and success stories. And furthermore, her insightful online articles have transcended linguistic barriers, reaching global audience through translations in multiple language. And Dr. Bhuvaneswari has taken so many sessions in the forum previously, and we can accept another big session from Dr. Bhuvaneswari. And Doctor is talking about what is the need of learning Materia Medica in perspective of doctrine of signature. As we all know that as a homeopath, everybody needs to study the Materia Medica. But what is the relevance of studying the Materia Medica in respect to this signature? Well, let us begin the session. We proudly welcome you, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you again for the wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge under a great platform. Hope I will continue my journey in the field of teaching as well as in the field of homeopathy in my clinical practice with success. Keep me blessing those who are elders to me. I'll go to start my session.
Yes. Yes. Last page is, yes. You can see the last page. Go.
Yeah.
Next, back. Yes, Dr. Not signature. Yes, everything fine.
Good evening all. Today's my topic is what is the need of learning Materia Medica in perspective of doctrine of signature. Doctrine of signature is nothing but relation between the external physical characters of drug substances, the signs and symptoms of medicine, produced during pathogenetic trial on healthy human beings. It is one of the sources of a Medica. Robin Murphy, in his book Homeopathic Remedy Guide, emphasized the cosmic doctrine of particular medicine. Have you ever thought about doctrine of signature connected also with planets like nature? Here are some of the gist from the universal law of correspondence. This law plainly visible to those who has experience with spiritual life. To understand the doctrine of signature, it is essential to examine some of the basic principles which has the connections in the different realms of existence. The sun represents the life force in everything. It symbolizes the principles of strength, righteousness, and honor. The moon represents the in principle, receptivity, sensitivity, and yielding. It has a great affinity with water and also connected directly with the domain of the night. The unconscious mind, the world of dreams, fantasies, and imagination, which are correspondent to our right brain. Mass signifies courage, strength, ambition, and drive. Without the get up and go principle embodied by Mars would ever get done. Mercury signifies the quality of rapid change, transmutation, learning, and growing. Jupiter embodies the principle of generosity, expansiveness, justice, and process of maturation. They have the distinguished character of grandeur, honor, and wisdom. Venus symbolizes the pleasure principle. All things bright and beautiful are under her domain. Peacefulness, balance are the main characteristics. Saturn embodies solidification, concentration, and hardiness. He is the master of teaching of duty and responsibility. The planetary constitution is determined by the day and hour of the birth and also connected with the year of birth. So, according to planets, the organ affinity of the planet connected with human bodies are Sun, heart and circulatory system, Moon, brain and endocrine system, Mars, blood and immune system, Mercury, lungs and respiratory system, Jupiter, liver and digestive system, Venus, kidneys and urogenital system, Saturn, spleen and musculoskeletal system. Do you all wonder why I have chosen this topic? What could be the connections of doctrine of signature with our human body? From the ancient times, human beings suffering with various maladies experimented basically with plant cure. They developed the concept of plant signature. The religious people even believed that God provided visual clues because plants were placed on the earth for the betterment of the mankind. The key to human use of plants was hidden in the forms of plants itself. That's the thing we call as signature. This observation helps to recognize the utility of the plants, the hidden treasures of the Almighty for the benefit of life. Here are the few examples how the human body is connected with nature as well as plants. It could be edible part of foods provided in plants. Carrots. A sliced carrot looks like a human eye. Even the radiations surrounding the carrot looks like a radiation seen in eyes. So carrots always promotes vision of human eye. Celery. It almost looks like bones. This food specifically helps in promoting bone growth as they are rich in 23% sodium. Citrus fruits. It also looks like female breast, which assists in health of breast as both in males and females. Grapes, which is always seen in nature as a cluster. It almost looks like a shape of a cell. So, researchers believe that grapes are also important and essential in handling the cell detoxification in human body. Kidney beans. It looks like human kidney, helps in promoting the normal functions of kidneys. Olives. It assists in health and functions of ovaries. Olives almost looks like female ovary. Onions. It looks like body cells, which helps in promoting the detoxification of the cells. Peanuts. It contains argan, has a profound effect in our human body. Sweet potatoes. It looks like pancreas, which helps in maintaining the glycemic index of diabetic people. Tomatoes. Once they are cut, it resembles like four chambers of heart. This indeed helps in promoting the heart function as well as the blood circulation. Walnuts. Walnuts looks like a little brain. The left and right hemisphere almost like cerebrum and cerebellum. Even the wrinkles and folds seen in the nuts just look like sulci and gyri of our human brain. A single walnut has the tendency of initiating the 3 dozen neurotransmitters for human brain. Walnuts were good for curing head ailments because they have the perfect signatures for the head. So now I am going to explain what is the connection of doctrine of signature in homeopathy. There are some of the philosophers who explain the connectivity of doctrine of signature with homeopathic materia medica. We see the internal character of a man is often expressed in his exterior appearance, even in the manner of his walking and in the sound of his voice. Likewise, the hidden character of things is to a certain extent expressed in their outward forms. Stated by Dr. Paracelsus. Many other stalwarts like Herring, Boher, H.A. Roberts, Burnett had supporting attitude towards this doctrine. Some of the few examples which has the doctrine of signature connection along with materia medica. Belladonna, which has the tendency to grow well in a soil rich in calcium carbonate. That's why belladonna is an acute drug which is a complementary to calcarea carb. Euphrasia. It is a wonderful remedy for eye complaints. Euphrasia has a black spot in its flower which looks like a corolla, almost resembles like a pupil. So the beneficiary actions of euphrasia is remedy for pink eye, bloodshot eyes, colds and allergies relief, inflammatory conditions relief. Calcarea cup. Naturally, it is extracted from Earth's crust, which is directly connected to the mother, the insecurity. Calcarea cup, as a person, as a remedy, always have the tendency of insecurity as a basic nature in the humans, where they always cling to someone for insecurity, the need of protection. Digitalis, it is a best remedy for blood diseases as its flowers are adorned with blood-colored dots. Chelidonium. The flowers are yellow in color and the juices too. So it is the best and wonderful remedy in treating jaundice. Sanguinaria. Sanguinaria root is used as homeopathic medicine, which looks like red in color. It is also has the common name of bloodroot. That's why in homeopathy, sanguinaria is the best medicine useful for hemorrhagic diathesis, a bleeding remedy. Pulsatilla. Pulsatilla always grows in desert. That's why patient has the dryness all over the body, especially the mucous membranes. Plants need less water. That's why the patient shows the characteristic symptoms of thirstlessness. Flowers droop downwards. That's why patient always shy and reserved. Easily sways with the draft of wind. That's why changeability of the symptoms is a marked feature in pulsatilla. Flowers present in groups. That's why pulsatilla people shows the aversion to be alone and desires company. Stem of plant is very delicate, covered by small hair-like structure to protect it from wind. That's why in chilly state, pulsatilla people needs coverings, though they are constitutionally thermal hard. Carbovage. The color of charcoal is black. That's why carbovage is a best remedy in treating all the blackish discoloration of the skin or any discharges looks like black. It is the best remedy in treating necrosis as well as gangrene. To burn wood, one should fan from near. Similarly, in patients, Carbovich prefers to need fan near the distance. The fumes go upwards. That's why in personality, Carbovich people have the gaseous discomfort with the bloating of abdomen. Ash is collected on surface and looks cold, but internally heat is present. The patient who resembles Carbovich always feels the cold, internally feels the heart. The body will be cool. That's why they need always air. Wood is used to burn dead bodies. In similar aspect, Carbovich is a best remedy in a last stage of the disease, especially it is used as a healing remedy to make the survival of the fittest in the death and lethal diseases. Tarantula. Tarantula hispanica is a spider remedy. It is a spider that comes from when the drums are beaten in ancient times. That's why during war times, the people, especially the soldiers, beat the drums to bring back the Tarantula hispanica, which is a poisonous remedy, poisonous spider. Its toxins even leads to death. Tarantula patient always sensitive to music, responds to the rhythm of the music and always prefers to dance and always restless. Restox. Restox plants are collected in damp weather, rainy season, in the evening, as they have the possess the medicinal properties. That's why the modalities of Restox aggravated in damp weather, rainy season, and in the evenings. Sticta. Sticta looks like bronchus and bronchioles of the human lungs. It is commonly known as lungwort. That's why Stricta is the best medicine for any type of lung inflammations. Hypericum. Hypericum flowers are red in color. It resembles the bleeding diathesis. That's why hypericum is a best indicated remedy in acute conditions, especially bleeding after injury, minor or major. Euphoria hit. It milky substance secreted from the plant, usually sticky in nature. That's why suited for promoting milk secretion in lactating women. Lachesis mutus. Lachesis mutus, it is a snake, protrudes its tongue. That's why patient keeps on protruding the tongue even while speaking. Snake is revengeful. That's why Lachesis patients always revengeful. They never forget or forgive their enemies. Snake remains cold in winter. So all the symptoms get aggravated in lachesis in winter season. Snake starts moving in spring. So the symptoms of symptoms appear in spring seasons and the symptoms disappear in winter seasons. Stool of snake is dark and offensive. Discharges are dark and offensive in lachesis. It moves in zigzag manner. Patient jumps from one topic to another. Snake doesn't tolerate anyone to come near. Patient is hypersensitive and also can't tolerate any form of tightness, especially around the neck as well as in the waist. Bryonia. Bryonia is prepared from root, which is fleshy, yellowish, and white in color, rough with acidic and bitter taste. Bryonia patient is also fleshy, with yellowish white coated tongue, rough, irritating temperament, and possessing bitter taste in mouth. That's why the Bryonia is an acute remedy, best for fevers, especially the person who is having the symptoms of irritating temperament, bitter taste in mouth, joint pains, and yellowish white coating of tongue. Conclusion regarding the doctrine of signature. The doctrine of signature was expounded in the medical texts in 19th century. Even today, it has been given much more importance in homeopathy. It helps to study the materia medica in a literal style by comparing some symptoms, thereby making the subject more interesting. Volatile said, faith consists in believing when it is beyond the power of reason to believe. Therefore, instead of debating on how reliable is the doctrine of signature, it shall be better to assess how useful it was and how it can be further useful in the future. So, the conclusion part is perspective matters in everything. Thank you again for the wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Bhuvaneshwari. It's really a very good session, and you covered almost all medicines in relation to their nature signature here, and why it is important for us. For example, when you narrated the Falsagla, it is being grown in the places where it is there is no such water like that. That's the reason why the pulsar patient is having no test at all. So when patients come with the pulsar, they used to say that, oh doctor, she never have this urinary infection, even though she is taking she is not taking proper water input. But I am taking lot of water, but I am still having a urinary infection. Why this, doctor? Because that is the answer. The nature of signature of these pulsatilla is that there is no need of there is the patient is having no thirst, but it does not make any problem in her. But this is one thing that I have observed. Am I right, doctor? Can you explain
Yes,
it
sir.
a little
Yes,
more
sir.
in detail?
Yeah.
Yes, it is the time for discussion, and those who want to participate in discussion may kindly raise your hand so that we can allow you to unmute yourself as well as you can participate in the discussion. I am inviting Dr. Rampareshwar sir to begin the session.
Thank you, Dr. Dhaneji, and congratulations, Dr. Bhuvana Madam. Very nice presentation, doctorate of signature.
Thank you, sir.
Many kinds deals the medicine are very good. Describe the doctor of signature, Pulcetla, Brania, etc. Linking, but connection with plant and human body. Very good. Homeopathic medicine, connection with plant and human body. So very, very thanks, Dr. Bhumna Madam. Very, very thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. If anybody want to participate in the discussion, yes, doctor, what about you, your experience in gynecological diseases and infertility? Because most of the lady doctors are specializing in that field. What is your experience in that field? And
Yes, sir. Especially related with the constitutional simlimum, again plays a vital role in treating infertility, as well as uh, constitutional simlimum is helping in gynecological cases. Even I have experienced 3 to 4 of my patients who had previous delivery with cesarean section, but with a second delivery with a normal by implementation of constitutional simlimum in their later part of the treatment with me. Especially, I want to share my one of my patient who she was a European lady. She was having elective cesarean pass history for her first son because of atony of uterus. She has the tendency of uterine bleeding during labor time. That's why doctor doesn't want to take the risk related with especially with challenging during delivery, as there will be the postpartum shock or the hemorrhage will be more due to uterine artery bleeding. But out of faith, she got pregnant. She was continuing my treatment for almost 2 years. After 2 years, she became pregnant with her second son. The gynecologists were advising her to take progesterone for the safer side every 3 months once, but she is not ready to do that because of strong belief towards homeopathy as well as my treatment. In that particular lady, she presented with the complaints of she started treatment for her thyroid issues along with autoimmune disorder of rheumatoid arthritis, where she had the changes in her nail bed. Her presenting complaints while she was starting my treatment as she was very chilly, she was very anxious. She always prefers the dependency. she always have a blind belief and strong belief towards the doctor or towards the closed people. Such a dependent lady, she always very cautious in whatever she does. She is very anxious for little things. Even for simple things, she always exaggerate. She always sees in the negative aspect of the life. Uh, these are the mind symptoms. Thermally, she is chilly, she is thirsty, she prefers always coffee or tea or soups. As her habitat region zone also, she is, belongs to Poland.
Oh,
So that is also the reason for thermally chilly, thirsty, preferring hot beverages rather than juices. Her top evaluation of symptoms are anticipation, clinging upon the closed people, anxious towards the disease and health, seeing the negative perspective of the each and every problems, get annoyed easily, cannot compromise with the dirtiness or messiness. She always wants to keep her home very perfect and very aligned. Even she believes in such a way, even with her kids, she gets irritated. She shouts out of anger because of seeing the messiness inside the home. Though she knows the kids will always scatter the toys when they are playing, they won't take back and keep it in a proper place. And also, her marking symptoms are atony of the uterus, which is the symptoms, and her menstrual symptoms are dysmenorrhea, profuse bleeding with dark red bleeding hemorrhages with large clots, non-staining, non-stinking. And another symptoms is Licoria. Licoria during ovulation period, she always have like yeast, white, thick and acrid. Her desire towards the appetite is very much less because she prefers to eat very less as she is very cautious to maintain the consciousness of physical beauty and elegance. She always prefers cosmetics, even she gives importance to paint her nail. She learns out of her interest to make nail art. Even she took it as a passion to make nail art. Out of these symptoms, I have chosen Calcarea arsenicum 30 ch. I waited for 3 months. She showed a huge result along with this single dose Calcarea 30 ch. I continued since she shown a lot of drastic changes in the improvement in follow-up. I waited again with placebo for next 3 months. After 6 months, I repeated Calcarea as 200 ch. On the 8th month of treatment, I asked her to check thyroid profiles, which are very much minimal. In fact, it comes to normal without any allopathic aided thyroid tablets. With this strong belief towards my treatment, she wants to get, she plans to get her second child. So, out of curiosity, she asked me whether I can continue taking the medicine which helps me without the support of allopathy in the form of injection of heparin or progesterone to avoid bleeding of the uterus and also for the safer pregnancy. I uh, motivated her. I consoled her that definitely we can do wonders in homeopathy if it acts in such a best way, so that she started planning her second pregnancy. Out of 10 months, she went regularly for the gynecologist perspective of checking her second son, how the child is in uterus. even she is not ready to take calcium tablets or folic tablets. Such a blind belief towards homeopathy as well as my treatment. During the middle of pregnancy, I prescribed her Calcarea as 1 m. In the terminal stages of pregnancy, especially around 9th month, I gave her Calcarea as 0/1 for safer side of pregnancy. With this, 4 doses of Calcarea as giving the perfect intervals during the treatment, she delivered a child with with a normal delivery without giving heparin injection or progesterone injection during labor time. That too, she handled beautifully without hospital delivery. Uh, she supported her pregnancy and delivery with only the midwife, delivered safely in the home with the birth weight of the second son is 4.5 kg. Really, it was an amazing case which boosted me to feel that homeopathy can do miracles and wonders if it is handled in a safer way, in a perspective way, and also in a constitutional way. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Bhuvaneshwari, for explaining a case that really won the heart of the participants here. Because we know that a homeopathy can do wonders in all field. But when a patient having so much of doubt in the mind that whether I can choose the system for my secondary infertility, uh, and that in that case alone, even without taking any this side not medicines, so-called supplementaries to support the healthcare system. But even without that, proper diet as well as homeopathy constitutional remedy medicine can work in a beautiful way to bring the health of the patient in a healthy way, as well as continue the pregnancy without any problem. Not only that, the result is also shows that it is a 4.5 kilogram. Nobody will think that a baby of that much of weight can be delivered through the orifices as we expected in normal cases. But definitely, doctors may advise that you need surgical uh, uh, intervention in those cases. But even without any surgical intervention, the patient delivered the child. That is the power of homeopathy. And you stick on with the no, you are not prejudiced in any way. That's why you stick on with your medicine, because you have chosen the right remedy from the my mental aspect. That's why the patient is having so much of fastidiousness, and that's the reason why she is always want things in order. But in the meantime, she's having so much negative things also. When that is a combination, your analysis was absolutely brilliant, because you took the Calcaria part, and then you take the arsenic part and then combine together. Then that's the reason. That's how you got the Calcarias. And if you go to the MEDICA of Calcarias, you can find all those things there in the textbook itself. So that much of belief, because your confidence in the medicine, homeopathic medicine, that is the reason why you didn't search for any other medicines. Of course, sometimes we used to allow our patients to take Calcarea for 6x or Netamore 3x or 6x during pregnancy, as well as Ferromit 3x or 6x as a supplementaries. Do you feel that this is a good thing to give these kind of homeopathy supplements? That's biochemical medicines. Or five, some people used to give 5-4s also. What's your opinion on that, Dr. Bhuvaneshwari?
Actually, sir, so I am practicing single medicine at a time for a patient, whoever might be. I never tried in my practice related with mother tinctures or biochems or combinations or patents. So, sorry, doctor, I can't able to justify how it works, how the
Okay.
supplements or tissue salts will help in. I believe that even the tissue salts, when it is given as a constitutional remedy, do wonders. Even in primary infertility case, one of my case, I selected natramure. I didn't believe that because she is a primary infertility. She had the TSH of above 400, doctor. In that case, by evaluating her symptom, I gave only natramure 30 CH. While she came for first opinion, on the first day of my treatment, I told her that definitely getting conceived is not possible within 3 months or within 6 months, as her TSH level is that much and she is not ready to control her TSH level using anti-thyroid tablets in allopathy. So I told her, believe me, definitely I will make you as a mother, but I can't say that in a short period of time, within 3 months or within 6 months, I will make you to get conceived. Once the TSH markers comes below 5, definitely I will make you to get conceived. Magically, it happened, doctor. Even I'm having before and after treatment. The 40th day, she called me that she is conceived, she became mother. With natramure 30 CH 1 dose, she delivered a beautiful child with normal delivery. Even she has the complication of thyroid markers more. The whole pregnancy, she never got elevated with thyroid levels. Till natramure 1 m only I prescribed. Within natramure 1 m, she delivered a beautiful child, that to normal delivery.
Exactly. That's we all know that the biochemical medicines can be used as constitutional medicine. For example, when you get a calcareous force patient who is having severe bleeding in prolapse of rectum like that, in those conditions, calcareous force can do wonders. If you look at the repertory, also you can find the calcareous force. Then there is no need of going back to calcareous post 3x, 6x, anything like that. But instead, you can go with the Calgary post 30, 200, 1 like that. So that is the that's another aspect of our biochemical remedies. For example, I used to give this Natramo 3x for so-called hyponatremia or sodium depletion. In those conditions, it works beautifully. We are able to establish a good success in that way. But I never try 30th or 200 because I'm getting result from this. That's so no other medicine required in those conditions because homeopathic medicine and can be used in at all forms from tinctures, one X, 2X. There is no harm in using, but you can use it as a single remedy. That is the thing.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
try to mix it together and give some other way. But instead, you can give, for example, Netromor 3x, 1x, 3x, 6x. There are doctors who prefer 3x potency. Some prefers 1x. Some prefers. But if you look at the Boric, you can see that most of the medicine prescribed there are 6. They are Boric advising medicines of 6th potency. And we have seen, I know about a doctor who uses only 6 potency in acute as well as chronic disease, but he is getting good results. And most of the Pakistani doctors in this forum has shown their results with this sixth potency rather than 1M30 or LM potencies. So not only simply belief, but it works. Whether you choose the condition is that you choose the right medicine, whether it be 30th, 1x, 2x, whatever may be the potency, it will work accordingly. And it is up to the physician to decide which potency one should go with. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Even I am handling cancer case, sir. That old man is from 6 months I am handling. Since 6 months, he was my patient. He is now 74. He came to my clinic with a prostate cancer malignancy, metastasis to rectum as well as spine, last sacral vertebra. In allopathy, they said only with a PSA marking, reducing the markings, only with tablets, it's not possible. Definitely, we have to plan for chemo or surgery, removal of prostate. Since there is metastasis, since considering his age, it's not possible also to plan elective surgery also. So that man came to me by getting only for the idea whether there is scope of homeopathy in cancer. I just told him that I don't know whether I can cure your disease as you are in final stage, but definitely I can say that I can reduce your symptoms. I can help you to have the betterment of life. You can have your regular course without any dependency from family members. His symptoms are bleeding of stool, even passing blood in urine, constant, irresistible, intolerable pain in back, evening rise of temperature, uh, and extreme malaise and tiredness. These are the symptoms which are related with cancer. His personality symptoms are chilly. He was such a good man, always sees the life in positive aspect. He always motivate the people towards the positive aspect of the life. He never gets anger. He was a genuine man who helps each and every person in his village. Even in home, he was very timid. He was very much fastidious in mannerisms as well as taking care of self-hygiene. The main good thing with him is that even after ruled out as cancer, he was not get anxious or not get fear towards the disease. He was strongly believing that the purpose of life for him has never ended. So he was believing that he will live in this world without death. That is the perfect symptom, the strong willpower. And the second thing is that his ailment started related with the sexual organ. The reason is that the inner core, which is connected with him, the root cause of his ailments for cancer is that his first son gone out because of chronic alcoholism as well as some of the bad characters reflected with the first son. He was all of a sudden went away from home. As he was the first son in the home, that old man is always connected with the first son. He always broods about the disappointment connected with want of the son to be reached home. Even till today, he was worrying about whether his son will come back, whether his son is safe where he is staying. His constant craving is towards the cold things, juices, and sweets. And his appetite is ravenous, especially in the evening times compared to afternoons and mornings. He was very calm and composed. His sleep is restless. Even I can say the first part of the sleep is completely devoid for many years, especially after his son gone away from home. He was brooding a lot related with the separation of his son from his family. The insomnia due to disappointment of love, disappointment of the separation of his son, chilly, strong willpower, very much fastidious, helping nature, empathy towards the sufferings, positive aspect, positive perspective towards the life, craving for sweets, craving for chilly things, honest and strong believer of his life and the perspective towards the death of eternity. So, with these totality of symptoms framing, I prescribed him Oromet 30 CH from the day 1 till today. His PSA markers are in a control level. Without allopathy support, he didn't took any type of chemo or injections or any therapies from the allopathy side. Till today, he was not having any symptoms of bleeding diathesis connected with stool or urine. He is not getting constant fevers in the evening time. He is not at all feeling tiredness or malaise. He is very comfortable. He started even taking care of his grandchildren. He is playing with grandchildren. He enjoys the beauty of life as well as the health. Even the allopathic doctors can't able to accept it without not even a single symptom, how he is surviving for almost 4 to 6 months.
Case and successful case because you stick on with the constitutional medicine or a met in that case, and that really works. That is the importance of taking the case in details and study the case in a beautiful way and selecting the right symptoms so that you can choose the right rubric to find the right remedy. And that really shows the power of homeopathy in that way also. And only few minutes remaining, I would like to ask a question. How will you give this doctrine of signature of calcareous carb in these conditions? How will you explain the constitutional? As we know that calcareous carb is a specific in some
Yes,
case.
sir. Career connection with the doctrine of signature you want to know, sir?
We all know that it is in we are taking the medicine from.
Okay, sir. Actually, my perspective towards Calcarea Cup, which is written by many of our masters, is that Calcarea Cup, when it is in a calcium carbonate form, its nature, its properties connected with nature is very inert, sir. Calcarea Cup is always inert, especially the calcium carbonate, which is extracted from the inner crust of the earth, so that once it is taken from the inner crust of the earth, it always have the insecurity feeling. That's why the Calcarea Cup patient is showing the clinginess towards the mother, especially the bonding always will be there. Either it could be son or daughter, always have the special bonding towards their own mother due to insecurity as well as the mother bonding, mother lab regarding with nature. And the second thing is that if it is only in calcium carbonate form, which is a naturally used in building homes, painting the walls, calcium carbonate is a main raw material used in building houses. When the calcium carbonate, which looks like a solid substance, solid stone, when it is dissolved in water, it shows the effervescence. It shows the fumes. This shows that the calcium carbonate, when it is inert, it looks like solid. When it is get motivated, when it is get triggered by someone, it always shows its caliber. That's why Calcarea Cup always prefers to be motivated. They are not self-motivated. They always needs the triggering force from others. Even they always forget that they are very caliber. They want to be motivated always from others. And the third thing is that calcium carbonate is also used as a chalk, which we use in schools and colleges to teach the students. This shows that chalk piece is used as a knowledge agent to guide, to share knowledge, to share the intellectual things to others.
Okay.
Similarly,
Okay,
the
madam.
concept of
Okay, madam. Now I invite Dr. Manish also to say a few words, and you can say out of thanks at the end also.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
No, please wait, madam. You can after Manish says conversation.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dr. Buana. Amazing session. It was very interesting how the signature doctrines you can apply to the homeopathic knowledge. So that was amazing, and I love how you explain about Carbobeige and Pulsatilla. It was really amazing. Do you think that by looking at the imaging of the remedy's raw substance and understanding its characteristics, we could get a clear idea of its homeopathic action? And some people say that knowledge of toxicology greatly helps in understanding the remedy. So I really would like your appreciation about this. And thanks for your amazing conference. Feel like in a family, as IFPH is, and come again and again and again to share all your wisdom and knowledge in homeopathy.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, Dr. Danesh. Really, I'm very happy to share my knowledge, to show how the efficacy of homeopathy is very beautiful to handling even in acutes and chronics. Hope my journey with IFPH continues. Thank you, one and all. Expecting the future contributions for IFPH. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manish Salcedo, and thank you, Dr. Bhavani Jaishankar. It's really a wonderful day in this. You share your knowledge with all of us, and thank you all the participants from different part of the world also. And tomorrow we will have a session from Dr. Himanshu Bhola. He will be talking about management of arthritis, that is knee pain, with homeopathy. With that, we come to the end of the day 1693. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you.